Journey of the Woolly Mammoth by Maria Fleming. On pillared legs with tread of thunder, a mountain of fur, twin tusks high, back hunched beneath the weight of the sky, until you met some unknown doom, disappeared into an icy tomb, a secret buried underground, 10,000 years lost, then found. You walk again inside these walls, a ghost that haunts museum halls. Ice Age icon here enshrined, once frozen in earth, now frozen in time. I chose this poem because I want to be an archaeologist one day, and this is talking about archaeologists finding a woolly mammoth frozen in ice and bringing him to a museum, and his ghost is walking in the halls all around in the night, and it talks about how he's frozen in time.
What was that made me blink, made me wonder, made me think, turned me inside, upside down, under, over, all around? What was that I just heard? A treasure tale, a magic word, a breathless thought inside my head. What was that I just read? Well, that was my poem by Rebecca Kai Dotlich. The reason I got that poem is because it just really caught my eye. And I just thought it was really amazing.
Book by Amy Van Der Water. Buried in blankets, book in my bed, snuggled in story by heart in my head. I wallow in words, chapter 1 till the end. Closing the cover, I sigh. Goodbye, friend. I chose this poem because I believe that every person should have a book that they understand and love.
Autumn is a time of year. Autumn is a time of year for falling leaves and lots of cheer. For pumpkin pie and turkey too, for having fun with me or you. The colors sparkle all around like dancing leaves like dancing fairies to the ground. From fire red to mellow green, there are so many leaves to be seen. The harvest moon shines yellow and bright around the stars in the black of night. The days are cold but nice and crispy. The clouds are gray but smooth and wispy. A sip of hot chocolate by the fire is my greatest fall desire. The joys of autumn can make us smile if we take the time to enjoy them a while. And the reason I chose this poem was because it's around autumn and it was really nice, and I can connect to drinking hot chocolate by the fire. And this poem was by Samantha Gavins.
Metaphor by E. Marion. Morning is a new sheet of paper to write on. Whatever you want to say up until night folds it up and flies it away. The bright words and the dark words are all gone until dawn and the new day to write on. The reason why I chose this poem was because I dreamed of being an author when I grew up, and authors have to draw on a piece of paper and write on it before they draw on the book. And I thought it would be a great poem for me.
Bethlehem by Unknown. A little child, a shining star, a stable rude, the door or a jar. Yet in this place so rude for Lord, hope for all, a child is born. I chose this poem because of Jesus Christ, and around this time of year it's great, and it reminds me of how I prayed in church.
That Wraps Up by Rick Allen. Stomach full, he drops down from the echoing room of night. One last bug plucked from the air, scraped neatly into mouth. As dark grows dim and body heavy, he tumbles to tree and grabs bark. Folds that swirl of cape tipped with tiny claws and snags the spot that smells like home. Then, upside down flip, lock on grip, stretch, hang, relax, yawn, dawn. I chose this poem because it's very calm, and I really like to be calm now because my dog died not a lot of days ago, so I just really want to be calm.
In Daddy's Arms by Falami Abaid. In Daddy's arms I am tall and close to the sun and warm in Daddy's arms. In Daddy's arms I can see over the fence out back and I can touch the bottom of the leaves and of the magnolia tree in Aunt Gooskie's yard. In Daddy's arms. In my Daddy's arms the moon is closer than the time, closer and at the night I can almost touch it when it grins back at me from the wide twinkling skies. In Daddy's arms I am tall, taller than my Benny and my friends Aiden, George, and Uncle Billy. And the best of them all, I am eyeball even Steven with my brother Jamal. In my Daddy's arms I am strong and dark like him, and laughing happier than a circus clown with red painted grins. Dad, as he spins me round and round, and as the world is crazy upside down. In Daddy's arms, I am big, I am strong. I'm big and I'm strong, and I'm proud like him. And I chose this poem because it reminds me of when I was little.
This is called I'm a Mean Brother. I'm a mean brother, I'm a mean brother, yes, this is true. I barely miss you. You are my sister. You are mean and ugly to me and to you are my sister, and I love you a lot too. I chose this poem because me and my brother and my sister is always mean to each other.
This poem is called One Life by Melissa Benquez Ibra. Everybody has problems, but not everybody has the same problems. There are people with different problems, but we only have one life. The world has a summer and winter. There are many parks for kids to play, but you only have one life. You can have many houses, and you can have many cars. You can have a lot of life, but you only have one life. Finally, I remind you and me, you only have one life. You only have one life. And I picked this poem because sometimes you make mistakes and you kind of feel like you want to redo them, but you only have one life, so you can't.
My dogs are so crazy. My crazy, lazy dogs. My dogs are so crazy, boy, they're so lazy. They eat bones, they chew bones, they sleep on bones. They're so crazy. They gaze and daze at the window all day. They're just so crazy. They're crazy and lazy, but I love them slow. They're just my crazy little babies. I chose this poem because it kind of reminds me of my dog because he looks out the window a lot, and, well, he's crazy and lazy.
Morning Warming by Josie Sigmund. Sun warming on back. Sun warming on back legs. Sun warming on back legs, loosen. Flex, loosen. My heart beats. My heart beats faster. I flex legs loose. I drink dew from dripping leaves. I beat, flex, crouch, leave. The reason I chose this poem is because I like to express my energy.
A star fell from the sky one night and landed in the forest white. Against the green of leaf and vine, the star that fallen still was bright. It then cast its reel of brilliant light. The dark woods became so bright.
The reason I chose this poem was because the name of it is called White, and one of my favorite colors are white, and my grandparents' farm is always white because they have snow all over it.
Enchiladas. It takes a long time to prepare, but it doesn't matter. They go along perfectly with some rice and beans. The nice, tasty tomato sauce poured over them. It makes your taste buds feel like they're dreaming. The nice melted cheese in the middle. When you're done eating, it makes you feel like you're waking up from a dream. Enchiladas. I like this poem because I like cheese, I like enchiladas, and I like dreaming. By Ra D. La Cruz.
Being on Paper by Ruth Cross. On paper. I write it on rain. I write it on stones, on my boots, on trees. I write it on the air. I write it on the city. How pretty. I write my name. I chose this poem because I love to write my name, especially in cursive. Looking Glass River by Robert Stevenson. Smooth it glides upon its travel, here a wimple, there a gleam. Oh, the clean gravel, oh, the smooth stream. Sailing blossoms, silver fishes, haven pools as clear as air. How a child wishes to live down there. We can see our colored faces floating on the shaken pool. Down in cool places, dim and very cool. Till a wind or water wrinkle, dipping marten, plumping trout, spreads in a twinkle and blots all out. See the rings pursue each other. All below grows black as night, just as if mother had blown out the light. Patience, children, just a minute. Watch the spreading circles die. The stream and all in it shall clear by and by. I chose this poem because it reminds me of nature and animals, and I like nature and animals. So I sort of like what it reminds me of.
The Appleton twins are a curious pair. They never agree, but they don't seem to care. If one of them whispers, the other one shouts. If one of them giggles, the other one pouts. If one of them hushes, the other one howls. If one of them chuckles, the other one growls. If one of them grumbles, the other one grins. Together forever, the Appleton twins. I chose this poem because me and my sister are alike, but sometimes we disagree.
She grin lips, her black lips and white whiskers as she yearns forward. Complaint. Tearing off complaint and bringing it down a long pipe that echoes and hums after. Her stride floats, enjoying a weight listeners, a nearly levitation. Again her cry and scores out the drum of her face. Brooks at his lacks longings and quells, like an illness past curling. She rolls groaning, a bullet of anguish out of her. Everything in her, she is moving in her hanging dahlia, everything in her is moving, but slipping a day forward. From the inward taper, carrying itself out of the air like a tail out of water, a bow on the path, thrown south. Shoulders well in her chest she goes. I look into her almond eyes. She frowns them shut, the fur moving down on her brows. I chose this poem because I thought about tigers, and so they're endangered, and takes time. And that's why I chose this poem.
Messy, dirty, not very neat. The crowded clusters sweep my feet off the ground. Clothes, toys, and papers on the floor. My room's so crowded, my mom can't get into the door. Get your room clean, my mom would yell, and like a hermit crab, I would want to crawl into a shell. By the end of the year, I got a broom and I got on my feet and cleaned up. Not that my room rolls. Maybe I need to work on my locker. It's not so cool. I chose this poem because my room is very, very messy.
Flippin' Gymnastics by Maggie Scarper. I love my teachers. I think it's loads of fun. You also get to do back handsprings and front handsprings and all that other fun stuff. I also don't worry about falling because there's always mats under me, and I'm glad to be at gymnastics. And I liked it because it's like my life, and sometimes there's happy times, mad times, and sad times, but I still love gymnastics.
The name of the poem I chose was The Wolf Pack. The reason why I chose this poem was because I like wolves a lot and I like to go out in the forest. So here's the poem. The wolf stands silent. He hears a rustle. He wakes his pack and howls a warning call. Another wolf pack is here. The person who wrote it was Julie Canapa, I think.
I should never pretend to have forgotten those who bring dying brightness. At the end of a child's afternoon, to preludes, to an evening lamplight, to a night dark with blanketing mornings, or more, they're deep in the old realities of play. The frosted block with papery whips stuck to it. It kissed me burningly as I tossed out of a dry, icy stillness. And there now again, I taste hard, and then soft, and now in the creamy treasure, which to have tasted, to have begun, and to lose at the heat of a famished sun. If I break faith with a poor, dreadful popsicle, may my mouth forget warm rains, a tongue may peel at a cool skin. I see sweet drops falling from my stick. It's a sad, sorry taste that goes on and never comes to an end. The reason I picked this story is because when you have something and you think you like it, you can always stick with it.